or my biggest fear is that I will have to go and get a day job. I'm not gonna let that happen, okay? I'd rather be here, okay, day in and day out doing my work because I love it, and I know that I can make more money here in my pajamas than I could ever do out there. And if you can find that sweet spot, you could probably help somebody else do the same thing. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, and that's why I want to inspire other people. My biggest YouTube video is the video that says earning a living by selling music on Audio Jungle. Back then I was doing that. Now I earn money from multiple libraries. Not just from Audio Jungle. From Audio Jungle, actually, that's another analogy for a day job. I had all of my tracks on Audio Jungle. I was earning decent money there, more than a paycheck, and then everything went down. I know that if you're an Audio Jungle composer, you have experienced that as well. So I was just talking to my wife, and one of a friend, a co-worker, in the place where she works, she got fired after many years, all of a sudden. And we've been talking about this, me and my wife, for some time. It's like there's no such a thing as a job security. You know, I've been unemployed for 10 years. This year marks my 10th anniversary of unemployment. And my last paying job, or the last time I was on a paycheck or on a payroll, was when I was in England before I arrived here in Greece. And it's just one of those things, you know. I'm not against people that have day jobs, just to make it clear. I just want to share with you one of the most important skills that I have learned of being unemployed for such a long time. If I can just sum it up in one word, what I have learned in being unemployed for 10 years now is self-reliance. That's so important, and you can Google that word out and the meaning of it. And it's just unbelievable what you will do in order to get yourself off the ground, to really pick yourself up after having major failures. And if you don't know my story very quickly, when we moved from England here to Greece, we moved in the midst of the Greek crisis. And we had a business, a family business with my in-laws. And it was a coffee shop, or what we know here in Greece, what is called a cafenio. And it's very common for young people, young couples, young families to just take over family businesses and start like that as a way of earning a living. For us, we came in the middle of the Greek crisis, and other things happened as well, and the business went down very quickly, really fast. We lost a lot of money. We were parents for the very first time, and that was my very first taste of working here in Greece, and I was still learning the language, getting used to the idea of living here as well. We live in a small town. I don't live in Athens. I live very close to Athens, but we live in a very small town close to Athens, and it's a very small community. So a lot of people here had us, I wouldn't say that they were making fun of us, but they really felt sorry for us, because here we are, a young couple that have been living in England for many years with successful jobs, and we had a life in England, and here we are arriving in Greece in the middle of the Greek crisis, and working in this place with which is a very tight community, very tight customer base, and we're trying to you know, refurbish the whole business model and try to serve other products that were not supposed to be served to this kind of people, this kind of clients and customers. And we lost customers. We had personal issues as well, and family issues, and our business was just going down very fast. So very quickly, my wife had to get a day job really quickly. I pretty much found myself unemployed in a new country. I didn't qualify for any kind of benefits of unemployment. We did a lot of mistakes, me and my wife. We had a lot of blaming. We had a lot of guilt. But we were blaming a lot based on the decisions that we have taken in order for us to be a young couple and a young family moving to another country. My wife is Greek, and that's one of the reasons why we came here. But we had we had a bigger goal than just that, than just moving here. We were going for a lifestyle, and we wanted to work for ourselves. And this business, this coffee shop with my in-laws, was like a stepping stone for that. But you know, it wasn't something that we really liked. It wasn't something that we really wanted to do, like being owners of a coffee shop, let alone a cafeteria. And a cafeteria, if you don't know what that is, a cafeteria here in Greece is it's a place where old men, or just men mainly, drink coffee. And especially when you go to old towns or very small towns or villages, if you will, women are not really allowed to hang out in these kind of places. It's mainly men, and it's usually the same type of customers. So we had a hard time really trying to fit in. So when they saw that me as a foreigner try to educate this type of customers of our new product line that we wanted to start serving in this place, they weren't really happy. And the Greek crisis was just started to kick in, and there was a lot of issues, and we were really ignorant, and we were blaming a lot. We were blaming a lot of people apart from us, and we were responsible for this. So what I'm trying to say is that, and again, I'm not against people that have day jobs, because I have mentioned before in the past that I wish I had a day job when I started doing my music and my online business and working from home. Because if you go back to all of my other videos, you can see that I am actually pretty much putting myself out there as a stay-at-home dad and somebody that works from home. And today, it is what it is. I'm still a stay-at-home dad, meaning that I'm still taking care of my youngest daughter here, as you can see. And my wife still has her day job, you know. But you know, just talking about with her today about this fact that this co-worker and friend got fired, and they're a family as well. She has 2 kids and everything, but the husband has a computer business, has a shop, and he fixes computers and stuff like that. And he actually has fixed my laptop and has done a lot of service to it. And I'm so grateful, because I know somebody of trust that I can actually, whenever something goes wrong when it comes down to my laptop and my gear, I can just give him a phone call, and I know that I have somebody there that can help me out when it comes down to anything that has to do with laptop and computers. So he's the husband of this girl or woman that got fired today, and this guy is opening a second shop. So obviously he's a very entrepreneur as well, because obviously he's working for himself, and he has customers and clients and partners where he's running this business of fixing computers and whatnot. And the wife is going to start helping opening this second shop or this second business in this second location. And it fits perfectly in terms of timing. It's like, you know what, I got fired after like 15, 16 years, whatever. I still have responsibilities. I have my kids, I have my family, but my husband is already opening a second shop based on his computer business, and I'm already helping him. Now that she got fired, she's going all in into this venture, and it could be scary, but this is what it takes sometimes, you know, for us to really go forward, to really bet all we have on ourselves. And sometimes we need something to just shake us and say, hey, what are you going to do in order for you to really take control of your earning potential, okay? Because that's one of the problems that we had back in the days when we first got here to Greece, is that my biggest problem is my ability to earn money. And I can only earn money with my skills, who I am, which is what I'm doing today. But I took the long road in order to get here. I mean, before starting selling music on royalty-free libraries, what I was doing is just looking for anything that I can possibly do to make money online. And it was such a drag. I mean, me and my wife, we even bought a course. I think it was in 2011 or 12. I can't remember. And we were really in deep shit back then at that time, 2011 and 12. And the Greek crisis was just at its peak, okay? And this is before capital control here in Greece. And we bought an online course about that was called Forever Affiliated or something like that, Forever Affiliate, We borrow money and everything to just get that online course. And I remember going through the course with my wife, and I'm like, oh my God, I don't think I can do this. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of effort for you to do anything in order to earn money. And the best thing that you can do is really take stock, funny enough, of your skills, of what you are good at, you know. Me and my wife, we speak different languages, you know. Here in my house, we speak English, Greek, and Spanish. We're kind of like a multicultural family. We can really bank on that on many ways, different ways. We have different skills. My wife has a tremendous amount of transferable skills. And she helps me a lot with my online business. She helps me with my website and anything that has to do with the admin stuff and all kinds of things. I have skills when it comes down to music, to playing, to teaching, which is something that is really new. My latest project is my podcast, actually, as well. And it's something that I've been cultivating and really nurturing that. And by the way, this is free. I don't get paid by doing a podcast. I don't get paid by doing YouTube videos. I do get some ad revenue from it, but this is a byproduct of it. The amount of effort that you have to put into something in order to get some kind of return is enormous. And it's just so big that's why a lot of people don't do it, because it's very easy to just get a day job. For me, it's easier to go out there, out of this door, and go and get a day job and get a steady paycheck, okay? And for me, working for myself, working here from home, working online with my music and my studio and everything, over the years, there has always been that reality check of like, it is possible that I could fail and that I will need to leave the house in order to get a day job and start earning a regular paycheck like most people do. Now, I'm not saying that if you do have a day job that is a bad thing and that you should quit it and go and pursue your dreams of traveling the world and doing YouTube videos. But all I'm saying is that you can start doing something today on the side, you know? Like this friend of my wife that got fired. She already had something on the side with a husband. And there's nothing better than working with your partner. I can tell you that. I work with my wife, and we have this amazing connection and relationship when it comes down to not only my partner and as a wife, but as a business partner as well. And we're always brainstorming. We're always talking about how can we improve this. You should do that. You should create content about this. You should record more music like that. And this is an amazing thing. And I can really, I always applaud this kind of things, and I always cheer when somebody goes and gets fired like that. I feel like celebrating with her, like that's fantastic. This woman, she got fired after all these years, and now finally she's going to go and embark on this new journey that, yes, is scary. Yes, there's a massive risk because she has 2 young kids as well. She's like us, a young family. The husband is very entrepreneurial, working for himself as well. Running a business is no walk in a park, and he has actually a shop, and now she's opening a second shop. So that means rent, employees. I mean, it's just a whole handful of things and that we have to deal with, okay? If you've been following me for some time, you know that my channel and the whole message of stock music licensing here is to empower musicians, composers, and producers to earn money with their music. This could be on the side, this could be on a full-time basis. It's just to start doing it, okay? Because it's a very, I see a lot of overwhelm, and I see people that have already started uploading music and like, I'm not making any sales. Well, probably you haven't understand yet or haven't understood that the whole point of making money like this, or even if you work for yourself, either is doing YouTube videos or blogging or doing anything that requires for you to do it for yourself and not with a paycheck, is that you have to pay the full price, okay, for success in advance. This is one of my mentors said. In order to be successful, you need to pay the full price of success in advance. Meaning that you have to put in a lot of work in the beginning, okay? And yes, sometimes it's for free. Sometimes you don't know where the next paycheck is coming. You don't know if I'm selling my music the way it should, and I have to think and say, where can I put that music track that is not selling in Audio Jungle, for example, like I have mentioned before, somewhere else, because that music, I put a lot of work for that, and I'm not just gonna let one library buried my track there, and I'm not gonna be earning my money so I can buy food for my family. Okay? The same goes with anything else. So all I'm trying to communicate with this video is that learn to be self-reliant. Okay? Just Google that word. It's such an important word, because we sooner or later we might come face to face with our worst fear. And I can tell you what my fear is for me, for example, that my business of selling music online or with music licensing and anything that I'm doing here online could collapse, okay? And I will have to be forced to go and get a day job in the corner shop selling bread. That's a possibility, okay? I'm not gonna let that happen though. And it's the same thing. I have more control of that than actually getting a day job and hoping that they keep me. There's nothing you can do about that. They can fire you like this, okay? And I have had many jobs in the past, by the way. I don't want to come across as a spoiled brat that I have always been living this lifestyle of working from home. No, 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 no. I actually have done many, many jobs, man. You wouldn't believe it, okay? And I have traveled, and meaning that I have arrived in different countries and started from zero, working in coffee shops, working in McDonald's. I've done many things. I've worked in recording studios. I've worked in a guitar shop. I've worked delivering newspapers throughout the night, between 3 o'clock in the morning and 6 o'clock in the morning, in Houston, Texas. Driving. Didn't pay much. If my friend Joe is watching this, I did that, and I really appreciate that job. You know, I learned a lot. I learned what not to do. I learned what I'm not willing to compromise and not do. But I was very young back then. Okay. So the messages of this video is to learn how to be self-reliant. Learn how to be self-reliant, even at the smallest scale. Okay. And what I'm trying to teach musicians is to show you that there is an opportunity for you to earn money from your music. That could start very small, but it could grow, and it's up to you to put the work up front. Okay, you might not see much results, you might not see the amount of money that you wish you see, but if you have a day job, you're in a better position than I was when I got started. I don't know why this video sounds like a rant, but I'm very passionate about working for yourself. I'm very passionate about working from home. I'm very passionate about location-free jobs and all of this, and working online. I want to use the internet, and I am using the internet for education, for entertainment, and for business purposes. So I'm actually earning a living through the internet, okay, with my music and with my online business. And it's endless possibilities. It's endless reach, you know? And that's why I'm on a mission to help you and help musicians like you or producers that want to start somewhere. If you're willing to start and do the hard work, I'm here to help you. My daughter, my eldest daughter, Fedra, is going to be 10 this year. She's looking for ways to how to earn money. And she's as well very passionate about that. And she has seen me over the years working here from home. And she has seen how I earn money online. And in her head, she knows that she has to sell something, that she has to provide a service, that she has to help people. And I'm really, really into that. I want to teach my daughters, both my daughters, but Fedra, now that she's going to turn 10, I really want to show her that you need to help people. You need to provide something. And most of the time, you're going to have to start doing this for free and show yourself so people can get to know you, and you can build a catalog or a body of work of somehow that people can say, hey, I know that this girl is doing this. She's good at that, or she's a good communicator. My daughter has tremendous talent for painting and drawing, and now lately photography. So she's a creative being for sure. I try not to push her to say, hey, you have to do this, but I show her what's out there and how she can monetize on that. Because I do believe that the biggest thing in this world that we don't get, it doesn't get they don't teach this to kids, either here in Greece or anywhere. It's the potential for, and I'll start choking every time I talk about it, how to earn money, okay? How to go out there in the real world and how to market yourself and really execute that and put it into practice. As an example with my music, for me, I really had to educate myself in order to get to this place that I am today, you know? And this comes with a lot of work psychologically, okay? Whenever I started searching for online business, how can I start making money online and how can I license my music, I realized that the biggest problem was not the skills. The biggest problem was not that I couldn't do it. The biggest problem was here in my head. I was blaming a lot of people for finding myself in a strange country or here in Greece, unemployed. And I couldn't get out of it, man. I was in a dark place, you know, and I felt powerless. Here I am in a strange country. I don't have the ability to go and get work. I'm staying here with my kid, taking care of them. My wife is out there being the breadwinner, you know. And that was a bad place, and I was still blaming a lot. I had to snap out of that psychologically and really get into this rebuilding myself as a powerful being of actually, I can do this. There is something out there for me that I could do. You know, through my music, through my skills, I have the studio. All I need is the ability to put that into action, okay? And that's why I'm here, because I want to help somebody. If that sounds like you, I'm here to help you, you know, and to use myself, my story, and documenting this as we speak, because I'm still evolving, you know, but I'm really willing to help you. And I'm doing this because I want to, okay? Nobody's telling me to do these videos. Nobody's telling me to do a podcast. I love to do this. This is free. I don't get paid for that. And I love to do it because I know that the payment is going to come in the future. And it's the same with royalty-free music. Once you start composing your music, you start uploading them, you're not going to see much. You won't see much. It took me a year to get my very first sale. I was over the moon. My very first sale. Back then, I think I got like what, $9? And I was happy. I wished I had started documenting back then on this YouTube channel. That would have been an amazing content. I just made my very first sale on Audio Jungle. That would have been an amazing video for this channel, actually. And I started this channel because I was so inspired by my own story that I wanted to share it, okay? And I was following London Real. I don't know if you watch London Real, Brian Rose, and you know, being a big follower of him, you know, the amazing interviews. And he came up with something that back then he was saying, broadcast yourself. And I was looking at all of these people that were creating content on YouTube, and I said like, wow, yes, I should broadcast myself. I should just grab a camera and start recording. And document what I'm doing, my music, my compositions, living here in Greece. Hey, my studio now is in the living room. My studio was not in the living room. My studio was in a big, massive room in another flat that we were living. And now we downgraded here because we're closer to the school for the kids. And my studio actually was not here in the living room before. It was actually in the other room. And now that's just a room where we have like all kinds of crap there. So I started doing music, and then the YouTube came along, okay? And then the teaching as well. I'm teaching a lot of musicians and producers and composers with my courses. That's a byproduct of all of this. Now the podcast. The podcast is my latest project, like I mentioned. It's my baby. And I love it. I feel so happy to have these little projects. And when I sit down there to record my podcast, and I have a very small window to record this because obviously I do this from home and I'm here with my kids. My wife sometimes, when I have to record my podcast, my wife has to be here. And but I love it, you know, and I know that I'm going to get some return in the future, you know, because that's the price of success. You need to put everything on the line. at times, I'm not saying that you have to quit your job and go and live in the streets. No, 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 I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that you have to put something that for you it might seem risky. I told you, for me, the risk is that, or my biggest fear is that I will have to go and get a day job. I'm not gonna let that happen, okay? I'd rather be here, okay, day in and day out doing my work because I love it, and I know that I can make more money here in my pajamas than I could ever do out there. And if you can find that sweet spot, you could probably help somebody else do the same thing. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, and that's why I want to inspire other people. My biggest YouTube video is the video that says earning a living by selling music on Audio Jungle. Back then I was doing that. Now I earn money from multiple libraries, not just from Audio Jungle. From Audio Jungle, actually, that's another analogy for a day job. I had all of my tracks on Audio Jungle. I was earning decent money there, more than a paycheck, and then everything went down. I know that if you're an Audio Jungle composer, you have experienced that as well. And that was my day job. Now, and never again I said I'm going to rely on this. So that's why I had to study a lot, and that's why I want to teach you my strategies as well. So anyway, this video seems like a rant, but I'm very passionate about empowering musicians and composers and artists to make some money, man. Make some cash with your art, with your music, with your photography, with anything, you know? Obviously, my niche and my market is music. I'm a musician, all right? But this is what I want to help others to do, you know? And break that myth of the starving artist, all right? Just make some money with your art. It's totally possible. It's totally possible. It's totally doable. With the internet now, there's no excuse. Anyways, I hope this video finds you well. I hope that this is not such a big rant. And I hope you can take something positive out of this. And if you want to get started, okay, doing stock music or licensing your music, download my free guide, link in the description. I also have a free workshop explaining all of this in a nutshell, really. You can get both of them for free, by the way. And this is content. Go and check out all the other videos I have. And I want you to be part of my journey. I want to document this as we speak and create videos, and you participate on my journey. And we can grow together as musicians or as human beings as well. You know, because I don't believe that this is it. This is only the beginning. I'm still in the early days of YouTube. I'm still in the early days of content creation. And I'm still in the early days of making music. My best music is yet to come, both for licensing and as an artist, because that's another project that I have. I want to release music as an artist on Spotify. I haven't done that. I see friends and colleagues who have done that, and I'm still feel like I'm missing out, man. You know, I am hungry for this shit, okay? And I want you to be hungry for it as well. So anyways, I have to start cooking now. It's 1 o'clock. Are you hungry, Melina? You're hungry? Say bye-bye. Yasu, say bye-bye. Rock and roll, and here's to your success.